Hi Gemini. I've actually decided to do a love reading for starting from now, the end of July, bringing us up to the end of August. Previously, I haven't done love readings. I've really just focused on the general readings, but I thought I would give this a go. As I've explained in previous videos, I have already pre-shuffled and laid out the cards as I feel it saves time. And like I said, I just want to get straight into your reading. The energy being brought in this month is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is, when it's reversed, it's about waiting for something. It's almost like you're waiting for a ship to come in, but within the relationship side of things, I would feel that you're waiting for things to either improve or but with the Three of Wands, it's saying that there's been communication problems, there's been misunderstandings. In fact, let me rephrase that. Because there's been communication problems, that has led to tension. And those tensions have then led to misunderstandings within a relationship. This card is saying that you do need to conserve all your energy, because things will get better. But most definitely, I feel that you are waiting for something to improve. And because of communication difficulties, it actually hasn't happened yet. And until these communication lines can get opened back up, and people can start talking to each other again, it's going to create tension and misunderstandings. I should have said the wands do represent fire signs, which are Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. It is possible that you are in a relationship with a fire sign, but it doesn't have to mean that. As I said, it is about lack of communication. People are not talking to each other. That's mainly what this card is representing. What's helping or hindering you is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a good card because it's about conclusions. It's about second chances. It's about new beginnings, that finally a judgment has been made on something. And you're able to, some people see it as being able to reinvent themselves. But I would feel that it's about being able to reinvent this relationship. That if the communication lines can be opened up, then second chances can be given. Because, as I said, the judgment is about a conclusion to something. It can be the ending of something. So yes, it could mean the ending of a relationship. But it could also represent the ending of these misunderstandings and this lack of communication, and that because that is going to come to an end, second chances are going to be there to turn this relationship back around again. And here we have the Sun card, which again is very much representative of new beginnings and feeling happy and joyful again. And this has fallen within the presence of what you need to focus on. And I think you do need to focus on that. And when the sun's shining, as you know, literally when the sun is shining outside, we all do feel better and happier. And this card, I think, is asking you to focus on that. It's asking you to focus on feeling happy and good. And it is, again, suggestive of a new beginning within a situation or a relationship, the whole rebirth of something. Here we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, this has fallen within the past, but the effects of the past. And you can see here, the man's got like the world in his hands, but he's still looking out onto the horizon. And what this card is saying is that you, in the past, have been trying to find a balance between what you need and what you want. It's like he has everything he needs in his hands, but he's still looking out for something that he actually wants, because in life there's very much a big difference between what we need in our lives and what we actually want in our lives. And I think you are still trying to find a balance between that. You are still trying to find a balance between what you know you need to keep in your life or have in your life, but then balancing that with what you actually want. And I think this is really having an effect on you still now. You're trying to find the balance between the two. The Seven of Wands has fallen with the here and now. The Seven of Wands, it can show battles, maybe disagreements and arguments, but what this card is asking you to do is to choose your battles carefully, because you could get dragged into an argument or a battle that's going to serve you no purpose. And this card is asking you to just choose your battles carefully. Don't get involved in a battle with someone if you can avoid it, because this card is about avoiding that. It's about avoiding the balance and just letting it go. And see, here we have the Knight of Swords. Now the Swords is your own energy. It is air energy. Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And this is for your near future. And this card is saying that you could find yourself in a battle with somebody or something, and you could feel that somebody is going to be there by your side to support you through this battle, when actually they're not. As soon as this erupts, this battle, and it could be within a relationship, that as soon as this argument erupts, this person's going to have it away on their heels, and they're not going to be there to support you. And I think that's why you're being reminded to choose your battles carefully, because if you don't, I think the support that you feel that you've got in your life, you actually haven't got, because I don't think the person's going to be there to support you. The Six of Cups, it is very much emotion based. Emotions, love and feelings. They're representative of the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. The Six of Cups reversed is an inability to let something go. There's either an emotional, sentimental attachment to something, and you're holding on to it, and you can't let it go. And this card is saying that it's not serving you any purpose by holding on to this. What it's doing by holding on to this emotional baggage, if you want to use a word, or holding on to this sentimentality about something, all it's doing is keeping you within a situation that is no longer serving you. It's like it's something from the past that you can't let go of. And it's there, and it's making you feel emotional. Every time you think about this, you become emotional. And you just can't seem to let it go. But this card is saying you need to, because otherwise you're going to feel stuck within this past situation or the past memories of this, and you're not going to be able to move forward. The Seven of Swords, we are back to your energy again, the air energy. The Seven of Swords can speak of dishonesty. It could be somebody around you that's being dishonest, or it could be you. You can see in the picture, the man, he's like sneaking off with these swords in his hands. And he doesn't look particularly good. He looks like a bit of a trickster, to be honest with you. The swords are very much about thoughts. It's all about the mind and the thoughts. And it is possible that you could be feeling some mistrust about somebody at the moment, or you could feel that somebody is lying to you and not being 100% honest with you. And this card is asking you to be aware of that, because maybe you feel that within your relationship somebody is, I don't want to say deceiving you, but it's like you've got this thought that you're not sure if you can trust them, or you feel that something's not quite right, and you feel that there's some lies or secrets being kept from you. It is saying that you need to communicate this, that you need to speak up and tell the person how you are feeling, because it is possible that there could be somebody could be deceiving somebody, but you need to communicate this rather than have it within your thoughts and be thinking about it over and over. You need to speak about it, because it can show very much that somebody's being underhand and dishonest. It can indicate that somebody is cheating in some way, but you have to communicate these thoughts that you've got, because it's like you've got a sixth sense about something, that you feel something's not quite right, and you can't quite put your finger on it. And the only way that this is going to get resolved is by you communicating about how you're feeling. The next card we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, like the Judgement card and the Sun card, all three are major arcanas. The Hierophant, the Hierophant has fallen within your hopes and fears. And I would see this more as, well, it could go either way actually, with what you're hoping for or what you're fearing, because the Hierophant can speak about unlocking the truths within something. And by unlocking those truths, it can then bring freedom. And if somebody is deceiving you and lying to you, then those truths need to come out. And by allowing those truths to come out, it can then create freedom. It can be literally freedom from the relationship where the relationship could break down. But it could indicate freedom for you in your mental state, because you could see that maybe your fears were not quite justified, or you was fearing something very bad when in fact it isn't as bad as you thought. So that can bring you freedom within your thought process. But either way, the Hierophant is about you wanting to unlock the truths within a relationship. And as we've said, the only way to do that is to communicate. And by unlocking those truths, it's then going to bring freedom to you mentally. Because when you are having these thoughts of mistrusting somebody, feeling that secrets are being kept from you, it can weigh you down extremely heavily. And by unlocking the truths to a situation, whether they are 100% what you thought, or whether you were overreacting, either way, by unlocking those truths, be them good or bad, it can only create freedom for you mentally at the moment. The outcome card is the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is all about speed. It's about communication. It's about getting messages. Maybe you are going to be messaging this person that you're in a relationship with. Maybe you're going to hear from them via messages, but it's about communication, and it's about the speed of the communication. And the communication lines are going to be opened up quickly, and these messages are going to come in quickly, back and forth, back and forth. And I feel that it's good because it's saying about the communication lines obviously being opened up, and that messages are going to be coming through extremely quickly, okay? But what it's saying is that good things are on the way. So it could be that once you open up these communication lines and these messages come back and forth, it doesn't have to even be, in the literal sense of text messages or emails. It could just be you two communicating. But I feel that once these communication lines have been allowed to open up, then the talking it is going to come about quick, and the resolving of this is going to come about very quickly. And the Eight of Wands is a good card. It shows that there is great news on the way. And you could just find that all of the fears you've had, where the Seven of Wands was showing that there was some mistrust and you felt that there were secrets being kept from you, it could literally just have been your thought process at that time. That maybe for some reason you was doubting somebody and you was completely wrong, or you had completely misunderstood the situation, because we've seen with other cards on the table about, with the Three of Wands, how it's like you're waiting on something, or you're waiting for something, but the communication lines were completely blocked and not opened. It could be that you're in a long distance relationship, and that maybe you hadn't heard from this person for some time, and that was causing you to worry, to think that maybe they had forgotten about you and met somebody else. And that's why we could have the Two of Wands, where yes, you could have everything you need in your life in terms of you've got your home, your friends, your job, but the one thing you want in your life is maybe in a different country, or in a different state even, and and is not close by to you, and that's the one thing that you actually really want. And because maybe for some reason communication lines haven't been opened, that you are then doubting the relationship and feeling that there is secrets and lies being hidden from you. It doesn't have to even be somebody that's at a distance from you. It could be somebody who is there within your everyday life. But a distance has been created between the two of you because for some reason the communication lines have broken down and nobody is talking to each other. And when nobody's talking to each other and nobody's communicating, then your thoughts can get carried away with you. You can start to think that somebody's cheating on you, or somebody's pulling away from you emotionally. The Six of Cups could be very much representative of you remembering a time within this relationship where everything was loving and caring, and you was very much in a honeymoon period within this relationship, and now you could feel that this relationship has become stale or very much a routine. And you could be longing and missing for that honeymoon period when everything seemed loving and passionate and exciting. But what it's saying is that throughout this whole reading, it's been about choosing your battles. Yes, no, don't battle and argue with somebody for the sake of it. About balancing what you need and what you want in your life. About opening the communication lines and talking to somebody. And I feel that once one of you starts talking, then the communication is going to come quick. And I feel that it'll all work out. And you'll see that it could just purely be that you'd been worrying for nothing. And I've given you like 2 scenarios of you being here with the person and living with them every day or seeing them every day, or the scenario of somebody being at a distance from you but you're in a relationship with them. But either way, whichever scenario may fit within your relationship, either way the outcome is good. But the most important thing is to communicate the fears you are having. Communicate that you are feeling that something's being hidden or whatever it is that you are feeling or thinking negatively about. You must communicate it, because then I feel the other person can then reassure you and put your mind to rest and explain maybe why there's been a lack of communication, or why things have felt secretive or whatever. But by opening up the communication lines, then things will work out, and it's going to happen quick. I feel, as I said, if you think of like a text message where you text somebody, they text you straight back, then you, then them, that's how I feel it's going to be. And if it's not in the literal sense where you're standing face to face to each other and literally communicating verbally how you both feel there and then it's going to be done via some form of messaging. But the messages are going to come through quick, and it's going to be good news. So, although I feel that you I've come to the end of July, beginning of August, feeling somewhat negative and mistrusting, I feel you're going to end August coming out the other side of it, as long as you will talk and communicate. And I feel that you're going to balance between what you need and what you want, because I feel that, again, that's something that maybe has not prevented you from communicating, but I feel that you're going to come out of the month knowing and having more of a balance between what you do need and what you do want. But overall, this has been very much a good reading, and I hope that some Geminis out there can make sense of this reading and it fits within their life to some degree. As I say in all my readings, there is so many Geminis out there, and it cannot in any way fit with everybody, but maybe pieces of the reading will fit into your life. But hey, either way, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you didn't like the reading, by all means give me a thumbs down. I do really encourage you to leave a comment. I really enjoy reading all your comments, and I do make sure that I do reply to every comment I get. So there, Gemini, that is your reading. I will see you again in September for your general readings and love readings. Thank you. Bye.